Academy is a free online program that provides lessons and practice for students in any subject. Digital content, paid for by the district, like ALEKS for Math, is wonderful for students on grade level. But for students who may be above or below grade level in certain areas, they don't get the extra individualized practice they need through ALEKS alone. That's where Khan Academy comes in. Today, I'm going to show you how to log into Khan Academy, create classes, import students' individualized map data, and assign content to students. To begin, go to khanacademy.org. Click Login in the top right-hand corner, and then hit Continue with Google. Once you log in, you will then be prompted to personalize your Khan Academy account. Select the grade you are teaching, hit Continue, then you'll choose the subject that you are teaching. For me, it's Algebra 1. Don't worry if you choose the wrong thing to start. You can always edit later and add new content. In the top right-hand corner, click on your username and click on Coach Dashboard. This is where you'll see all your information on your students once you've added classes. As you can see, I've already added a class, but I'm going to show you how to do so. Click on Add a New Class, and then you have the option of either creating a class from scratch or you can import a class from Google Classroom. I think it's much easier to import a class from Google Classroom if you already have that in place. So I'm going to click Import from Google Classroom and connect my account. Once you do this, it'll bring up the classes that you already have enrolled in Google Classroom, and you can select whichever one you'd like to add. Once you hit Next, it'll automatically begin to add these students to your Khan Academy class. You will select the content that you want them to have access to, and then your class will appear in your dashboard. In order to add other classes, just click Add New Class, and then you can import your other classes from Google Classroom as well. The Coach Dashboard allows you to see a lot of different things about your classes. If you click on one of your classes in your Coach Dashboard, you have access to a lot of information about your classes once they start working in Khan Academy. Under Assignments, you'll be able to see what you assigned, on what day, and if students have completed it or not. Under the Progress tab, you can see what skills the students are ready to learn or which ones they are struggling with. You can even individualize it by the unit you're working on. So right now my class is working on functions, and I can see that none of my students have worked with functions yet. So this might be some practice that I want to assign them as they are working through this unit. I can also click on the Activity tab, which will show me which students have really been working hard and which ones haven't. Under the Assignments tab, I can also assign Algebra 1 content to all students at once. This is a great feature. However, let's talk about assigning content based on students' individualized map data. This next part really only pertains to math, whether it's taught in elementary school, middle school, or high school. So if you pull up the Goal Setting Worksheet from NWEA if your school takes MAP, this is what you'll see when you look at a student's report. As you can see, there are different categories related to the different strands in math, and you can see the student's score. Once you have the students' goal-setting worksheets from NWEA, you can either distribute them to students and have them walk through this process with you, or you can do it one-on-one with your students. It depends on what kind of learners you have. So what the students are going to do is log into their Khan Academy account just like you did with Google. Then they're going to go to the search bar at the top and type in MAP. The very first link that comes up says MAP Recommended Practice. The students click on that. The next screen will prompt them to put in their scores. The students will see this screen. If they are in elementary school and they're taking the 2 through 5 tests, then they will leave this alone. For my middle school students, they'll change this to Math 6+. Then they're going to use their goal setting worksheet to import the scores into Khan Academy. Students should be instructed to put in the lowest score for each of those ranges. So for the real and complex number system, this student would put a 211, a 212 for algebraic thinking, a 198 for statistics and probability, and a 201 for geometry. Make sure students know that the order on their goal setting worksheet is not the same as Khan Academy, so they need to be really careful when they put these numbers in. Once the students have entered their information, they're going to hit Show Me the Recommendations. Then the students will be shown some recommended practice. With my students, I have a data conversation with them about their lowest areas, and I instruct them to start with those first. So for this student, I would probably tell them to start with their geometry strand and complete all the topics in that, and then move on to statistics and probability. What's really cool for students is that when they work through these activities, they have lots of support. There are videos, hints, and tricks to help them solve these problems. Once the students practice all of the topics in this area, then they can even see their RIT range move up to 203 to 212, which is really encouraging for students that want to grow. I have students work in Khan Academy 2 to 3 days a week along with their ALEKS. Because you added the students to your classes, you can see what they are doing and making sure that they're progressing like they should. If not, you can always pull these students into a small group and coach them through their work on Khan Academy. I hope you learned something today that you can use in your classroom.